right, we greet and welcome the Colorado Buffaloes head coach J.R. Payne, Jalen Sherrod, and Aaronette Vonleh. Coach, we'll have you open, and then we'll take questions. And media, please again remember to identify your outlet and use player names. Thank you.
Tremendous game, pretty indicative of the Pac-12 conference, and two really good teams that battled and competed and executed, and made, a lot of great plays tonight. I think it was a great basketball game. Disappointed with the outcome, proud of how we played in a lot of ways. In the end, key offensive rebounds I thought were hurt, key turnovers. They scored a lot of turnovers, even though we didn't have a lot. 17 to 10 is usually in our favor, not in our opponent's favor, so that hurt. But yeah, two very good teams I thought battled tonight.
Thank you. Questions? Right in the back.
Coach, first off, I know you guys didn't like how you played against Oregon State either time in the regular season. Were you much happier with the way you guys performed today, first off?
Yeah, definitely. Better on both ends of the floor, I think.
Sorry. Brian Howell from the Bulletin of the Camera. I have a follow-up with that. Up 12 in the fourth quarter, what did you think kind of changed from that point for Oregon State to steal the momentum and force overtime?
I think we had some key turnovers and some key O-boards that we gave up. Probably shot selection. I honestly don't remember exactly what shots we took, but they were getting stops and we weren't. I think that was it.
Michelle, back row.
Michelle Smith, the next. Jalen, this one's going to be for you. The way you guys came into this tournament with 5 losses in 6 games probably wasn't ideal. You got a big win yesterday, really decisive win, and you go to double OT today. Do you feel okay? Do you feel good about the way your team is playing now?
Yeah, I think we're playing really good basketball right now, and we just got to clean up some things, and I think I got to do a better job personally managing the game and being better, but I think we're playing good basketball right now.
Back row.
J.R. Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. Kind of a similar question to Brian's, but it does feel like you guys are playing better basketball this week. And then you have the fourth quarter issues come up again at the end. But is there still a positive takeaway? You guys are trying to turn the page going into the NCAA tournament now?
Of course. I mean, if you compare the way that we played the last 2 games with how we played some of the previous games, it's a no-brainer. We played excellent basketball this week here in Vegas. Obviously, like I said, disappointed with the outcome, but I think connectivity, our ball movement, our defensive energy, all of it was significantly better than it had been.
Front row.
Alexa Philpott, ESPN. JR, kind of bouncing off that, now that you guys have some time before the NCAA tournament, what do you think will be the priorities in terms of addressing previous issues or just turning a new page?
It's pretty easy to turn the page when you're going to the NCAA tournament. So I think that we will rest and then just really refocus on what was really positive for us this week. What are some areas that we could have been better in this game down the stretch? And for us, it's all about just identifying what needs to improve and improving it. And so, that's pretty tactical. I think our energy and togetherness and synergy was really good this week. And we'll need to make sure that we keep doing that.
Okay, we're going to go in the front row here. Lindsay, then Brian, then Michelle.
Blake Neiman, Blaze Radio. Aaronette, this is for you. Battling with a player like Reagan Beers and kind of being isolated in that matchup one-on-one, both defensively and offensively. What was kind of the mentality going into that matchup and just as the game progressed, as you were working through it?
Just trying to match her physicality. She's a really strong, physical, dominant player. So just trying to, match that and just keep her away from the basket, make her do things that she doesn't want to do, keep her off the boards.
Lindsay Schnell, USA Today. JR, like you said, easy to turn the page going in the tournament. What kind of seed do you think you should be? The selection committee chair is running around here somewhere. What's your best case you can make?
I know we jumped 5 spots in the net yesterday. I don't know exactly where we sit, but we've played one of the toughest schedules in the country and been competitive in every single game we've played. So we haven't won them all. South Carolina is the only team that has. But there isn't a single game we've played that hasn't come down the wire. And I'm talking about a lot of top 10, top 15 teams. So I definitely think that we should be hosting. I'm certainly hoping that we'll be hosting, and we will be anxiously awaiting and training until our number's called.
Brian?
Jalen, I know you don't like any loss, but does this one hurt more because it's OSU again, and this is a team that you guys haven't been able to solve yet this season?
No. I'm just really upset at how I played, to be honest with you. So
In what way?
I had too many turnovers, and I don't think I managed the game well down the stretch.
Michelle?
JR, this schedule today with the games and the matchups and, 6 ranked teams, 2 teams that are on the bubble, this feels like the day that everybody has been waiting for in this tournament, given the way that the conference has looked. Can you just talk about competing on a day like this when you look at all the matchups up and down the schedule and the strength of this conference generally?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't really even know who's playing each other outside of our game because we had such a short window to prepare. But whoever's playing in the Pac-12, it's going to be a battle just because that's what it's been all year. There's been, a million, or not a million, but a lot of games this year that some people would say were upsets. Those of us that coach in this league know it's not really an upset because everyone is very good and very well prepared and very well coached. And so I think for fans of women's basketball, today's a great day, to just watch really good hoops. And I'm sure the rest of the games will be, competitive like ours was.
We'll take 2 more questions right here, and then anything further. Back row.
JR, this is for you, Eden Lassie, Yahoo Sports. You have Jalen sitting next to you who played a really great game in a lot of ways, and she's still upset and willing to take kind of the burden of the loss. Just what does that tell you and all of us about who she is as a player?
Yeah, I mean, Jalen and I talk about this fairly often. Coaches and point guards get all the blame and all the glory. And so anytime things don't go our way, it's hers and my fault usually. And when things go well, then we can, we also get a pat on the back. So, but Jalen's very smart, young lady, as we all know. She has multiple degrees and she's very smart, but she's also very passionate about this game and our team and wants to win. And so, of course, she's going to take responsibility, which in time she'll realize that is not the case. And there was 100 different plays that happened tonight that could have changed the outcome of the game. But she also is ultimately very competitive and is going to want to be able to attack whatever didn't work. Whatever didn't work, watch it, own it, fix it. And so I know we'll do that collectively as a group moving forward.
Okay, we're going to do 1 more in the back here and then 1 more in the front. And then we'll wrap.
JR, all 3 games, they've done a really good job against Frida and Maddie. Frida got some more shots off today, but Maddie only got 3 up. She's been shooting the ball so well lately. What were you seeing from them that they did to really take her out of the game?
I don't really know. I didn't really see anything different that they were doing. They play pretty long on the perimeter, so probably playing shooters tight. That's typically what they do, and so I would assume they were guarding her pretty tight.
Final one in the front.
JR, you've talked about how your group is so veteran and experienced. How have you seen them respond to adversity so far this season, and what gives you that optimism that they'll continue to do that moving forward?
I think they own. We try to individually and collectively own where we are when things are really good, and also when things are not the outcome we desire. And so this group, I thought, responded so well coming into this tournament. Like I said, we played really well, and I think. It's just a game, right? Like it's a basketball game against 2 really good teams, and we'll take it, we'll learn from it, and we'll be so prepared for, for whatever comes next.
All right, we'll close on that. Thank you all.
All right, thanks, guys.